Hello, this is Dutch Guy again. Today I'm gonna talk to you about knives, like these. Now, I collect knives just because I think they're beautiful and they're handy, especially the smaller ones. Now, little disclaimer here, I'm not collecting knives for self-defense, assault or any kind of violent action, so please don't take it as such. Now, my first everyday carriage should be this one. This is my first everyday carry knife. This is by Derco. It's a folder. Simply clips onto your pocket and there you go. My second choice would be, basically because it's more expensive, another Derco. This is the Harpy, which is a really nice knife. I kind of bought this because it was in Hannibal, the movie, but they didn't have the one with the black handle, so I ended up getting this one. So that's my second one, everyday carry knife. Another Derco I have, which is also the third and last one, is the one with a really pointed bit, which is ideal for opening boxes and packaging and whatever. Now, moving on. When I was smaller, my first knife I collected was this, which is, well, your basically standard Rambo knife. I saw the movie, so I just had to have it. As you can see, the compass is missing, it broke, so it's basically an empty tube now. But I still keep it for, you know, sentimental reasons. A bit after that, I got a bigger one, sort of the same, only just bigger. It's a buck knife, which I really like because it's have a heavy feeling to it. I read some paracord around it because the handle was kind of abrasive to my hands, so that's the one I really like, Rambo wise. Now, another really good knife I have, it's a bit more expensive, it's made from Italy. It comes in a really nice sheath which folds over like this, and it's an extreme ratio, so if you can see, that's a really nice knife. It's really good steel, which is probably why it's expensive. It's very sharp, and I think this would be a pretty good survival knife, save for the fact that it's pretty heavy. It's not very light, so if you take a lot of items, it'll weigh you down a lot. This is another one of my earlier survival knives. It had a little compass here that doesn't really work that well, but it's a little microfiber knife. It's very light, it's not very grippy, it's pretty slippery, so probably not very good, but it does have a little box in the sheath that you can put some survival items in, which also has a magnifying glass and an opener for bottles, a bottle opener. One of the recent knives I bought, which is, well, sort of expensive and sort of not, it's sort of in between. It's the Volknieven A1. It's a really nice knife, it's a good grip. It's also pretty heavy, but it's really also pretty thick, as you can see. So it can take some beating. I haven't really tried it out yet or anything, but maybe I'll take it in the woods and see if I can cut some wood with it or not. Then of course there are the slightly bigger ones, like the kukri, which is not very sharp. I should really sharpen this, but it's a good one against, I don't know, brush or zombies for that matter, if you believe in that kind of thing. And of course then there's the even bigger one, which is, well, I have to go back for this a little bit. This is really big. It's yeah, it's a Gerber. It's my first Gerber ever, so I don't really know. It's really bendy. If you can see, you can actually bend this around quite a bit, so it's really thin, but it does have a good grip. It's very light. I put a little paracord on it to put your wrist on, so you don't slip it and throw it around, throw it into the bush or whatever. This is, I think, not very good against whatever, just against vegetation maybe. So that's that one. Now the last two I got is the Bear Grylls stuff. Bear Grylls, I know it's a very controversial knife on YouTube. Most people hate it. Some people like it. I do like it actually, because it's very light and very grippy. It comes with a little holster, so you can basically flip it out with one hand, and it's gonna serrate it a little bit here, and it's not razor sharp, but sharp enough to cut paper if you want. So you can always sharpen it more, and you can use it to, I don't know, carve sticks or make firewood, or, well, kill bugs or whatever, like Bear likes to do. Let me fold this thing back up. I also got the original. It's not the ultimate survival knife from BG. It's the normal one. So what I like about this one is that it's really stuck in there. You have to really pull to get it out. It's also, again, really grippy, so you won't lose your grip. Again, serrations here. It's not the smooth bladed one. This has the additional feature of a little whistle you can use to call for help. So that's a plus, and it has a little fire starter. You can just pull out. It comes out pretty hard. Little fire steel, which is watertight right in here. Also, if you unclip the whole thing and you open it up, you see a little diamond sharpening stone there. So that's always handy to have around. Now I also have a set of really beautiful, a katana and a wakizashi and a tanto. I will have to turn off the camera to put it on the table. I'm gonna have to clean it anyway, so I'm gonna show you how to do that. At least I'm doing it according to the instructions. So I'll show them to you in a little bit. So give me a moment. So here we are again. I'm crouching down a bit because I want not to show my ugly face, but the katanas. I first want to see the end of it. It's a beautiful crane design, which is really nice, which is actually one of the reasons why I bought it. So you basically take the sheet off and you put that away safely. Now, as you can see, this is really big. I can touch it with my hands now because I'm going to clean it. Afterwards I won't do that anymore. It's a really nice blade, and I just use it for display purposes, but you have to clean it every now and then. So basically what you do is you put it on your lap like this, and let me tilt this down a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. You hold the katana, you take a little bit of clean rice paper, which is provided in a little box. It looks a little bit like this. It's a little box with a little Japanese writing on it. I have no idea what it says, probably katana maintenance or something like that. What you do is, there's oil on it because I cleaned it before, obviously, so you fold this up a little bit and you simply clean the whole thing off, always holding the sharp side away from you. What you do then is you take this powder ball, as you can see, that is I don't know if you can see that, but there's powder coming off this. You powder the katana every little bit, other side as well. This is basically to sharpen it a little bit more. You take another clean piece of rice paper. Always keep the sharp side away from you, because if you cut yourself with this, you won't even feel it. It's that sharp. And you basically go up and down a few times to make sure the powder is sharpening the blade. It's not really necessary, it's already very sharp. Now when you've removed all the powder, which I'm gonna do now, there we go, then you switch back to the other piece of paper and you use this. It's a little bit of oil that comes with the katana. You take off the top and you put a few drops on each side of the sword. It's really airtight, so I have to work a little bit to get this out. And there we go. Now you put some small drops of oil on the sword, not too much, because you don't really need a lot. You again use the one you've already used for the oil, and you just oil the sword. Now you're supposed to oil two sides, but I can simply turn the paper around and use the same oil on the other side. This gives it a really beautiful shine. And then basically that's it, you're done. So that's the katana done. As you can see, it's now nice and clean. So we put this back in the sheath. Also, what's interesting is that this has a little extra knife thingy in it. I can take it out and show it. It's a little extra knife. You know, that's a clean net, but it's, I don't know, for assassination or whatever. I'm not a ninja or a samurai, so I don't know. I think it's really nice though. It's a really nice design. So that's one. We'll put that back in the rack. Display stand. And we'll go on to the wakizashi. Again, same process. Basically same weapon, only shorter. So you take off the oil. That's already on there. You powder it lightly. You'll take that off. Thereby sharpening it. Put on a little bit of new oil. Just a little bit. And you take the rice paper again. And you just basically turn it around. Keep the sharp end around away from you, always. And it's once again in good condition. Now I usually put a little bit of a rag on my legs because the oil will spill and it's hard to get out of your clothes. I put this in. Now this one has also got a little gadget, which is funny because it looks like a little spoon-like thing. And Japanese people actually do not have earwax like we have. They have more like beeswax in their ears, literally. So they use this to scoop it out. And what the pin is for, I'm not exactly sure. Put that back. And there's the tanto, which is the legendary harakiri or seppuku suicide weapon. Again, same process. Take the oil off, dust it a little bit, take the dust off, and I've still got enough oil on this paper to use it, so I'm not going to use the bottle. And there you go, it's done. Only have to do this about once every 3 months. So, if that's all, I think it's pretty. I'm gonna give you a little close-up of the sword, just for the ending. And, well, that basically was it. Unless you want to see my other couple of small knives I have. I always have a little small Eden knife, which is a little folder as well. Really small. Great for fire starting or opening boxes. I usually keep it in my breast pocket of my jacket or whatever. And I got my keychain here. If you see my keychain, it has a little, I got this for free from somewhere. Also opening boxes, little small knife, not very sharp, but boxes are fine. And I have a little detachable, it has kind of a bayonet closing. So you open this and you basically have this very small folding knife, which you can, well, use for, again, all kinds of chores. So that's another little bit of my EDC. Now, I'm gonna give you a little close-up from the swords, so bear with me a little bit. Alright, so this is my katana stand. As you can see, they're in a nice rack together with the tanto and my 4 favorite knives so far. The katanas usually go up there on that little plank, so I'm gonna put them back in a bit. Well, I hope you liked the video. It was a bit boring, I agree, but I had to just show you those knives. So, if you like, please press like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Oh, and please give a little comment on my new intro. I know it looks amateuristic, and it probably is, but it's my first attempt, so give me a little break, alright? So, see you later.